Alright guys, Dakota here with Kindle the Fire. Wanted to go over just a quick hobo type stove that you can make at your home with almost nothing in 5 minutes time that you can use then out in the field for quick boiling cooking or making teas, small soups, stuff like that. Anything. It's really good for hunting and for areas where you may not be able to have fire or where there might be fire restrictions. So hang with me and we're going to go over how to make this. Alright guys, so for putting together this hobo type stove, here's all you really need. A pair of tin snips, preferably, a Sharpie, a clothes hanger, a drill with a drill bit, good size, a little less than a pencil I would say, one large can and one slightly smaller can, again so that smaller can can nest in the large can. Now, if you were out in the field and just using trash that you found, obviously you're probably not going to have tin snips on you, nor are you going to have a drill. What you can do to supplement that is if you carry a nail with you, you can actually just use the nail to poke the holes in the can that we're going to need. And if you poke the holes close enough, you can actually knock out the area that we're going to need to use the tin snips on to cut. And if you don't want to do that and you carry a simple multi-tool, which you have a can opener on, then you can of course use that to cut out any shapes that we need. So let's get started. Alright guys, so all I've done here currently is I've just taken the big can right here and I've marked out the holes where I'm going to drill. I've also marked out the slot that I'm going to be cutting out of the can itself. And then on the slightly smaller can, I just have 2 dots right there where I'm going to drill. And that's all I've done is just take off the wrappers and draw on where I'm going to do the dots. Now, you'll notice on one of my cans I had some residue. Before I actually cook on this, I will probably wash that off in the sink. If obviously I wasn't at home and I was using a can I found, I'd probably just wash it off using a little bit of water I had in my water bottle or a nearby stream. Reason for wanting to get the cans completely clear of anything is because a lot of the times the glue that's used in putting on the wrappers of the cans themselves tends to be very flammable, and so we don't want an accidental spark to shoot up at us. Alright guys, what I've done so far is I went ahead and I got all of my holes drilled out, and then if you can see I'm getting ready to get the chimney shaft kind of cut out there, my little slot, and all I'm doing is I'm drilling holes around the edges and I'm just snipping in between the holes. This makes a very rough edge that I will probably use a pair of pliers or use the tin snips with a softer grip and try and roll the edge so I don't cut myself when I'm loading wood in there. And then on my smaller cup, all I've done is just drill 2 just right on that side. I've also unraveled the hanger now, and that was obviously 2 seconds of work, but went ahead and did that. So my handle is now on my cup. It's a very simple design just like that, but the nice thing about this is now when I have it set on my stove and I'm just simply, for lack of wood and because I'm inside, I'll use a Sharpie, you can just feed the fire in through here and just keep adding more and more sticks just in there, and that'll keep your fire going up through there obviously and boil your water in here. Now I think this is a good setup. It's not much, doesn't take a bunch of time. It's just 2 cans and some wire hanger. There's ways that you can do this without the wire hanger as well. It'd be easy to do out of trash that you find out there, but I think that this setup is really nice for a good average Joe type setup. Now, what I really like about this is because I can take all of this off, take out my little ports there, take my handle out, and I can put the handle or the cup nesting in one another, and all the pieces can go in there just fine. Now I have plenty of space obviously in there, especially if I shove those up to the side, and that's plenty of space to add, you know, a small bag of soup and a couple packets of tea, you know, whatever you want for your day hike out. It's very simple and it nests very well together, and that's the main thing is, can I get this to nest well together, be super light because it's all aluminum cans and that's it, and then, you know, make it something that the average Joe can use and make at home and take out there and be confident in the sense that, hey, I can run a stove and this stove is going to work just as I need it. So one great thing about this stove is it's got a floor by leaving the floor in a can. and that can now catch burnt ashes and kind of collect them up for you. Makes it a little bit easier for you to LNT or leave no trace your fire and be able to scatter your dead ashes. So as you can see, it's burning quite well right now. I'm very pleased with this. Alright guys, well thanks for joining me for this short video on how to make our hobo stoves. Hopefully it was a little bit more helpful to some of you who maybe want to try this at home yourselves. It's a great technique to use out in the woods with any cans that you might find laying around. Lord knows there's plenty of them. Otherwise, I hope the video was informative and I hope it helped some of you out. I know it was a short video and I appreciate you guys watching it. Hope to see you guys in the next meeting. Thanks guys.